Can you elaborate a little bit more on this castration of the masculine and, like you said, the being a people pleaser, being a so-called nice guy syndrome? Where does that come from? And also, what, more importantly, what could men do about it right now?
Yeah. I mean, I think to make it simple, most of us missed feeling the real support of our fathers because our fathers didn't have it, you know, and the opposite of castration is to be grounded, relaxed, and confident that I have what it takes inside of me to meet the challenges of my life. And I don't have to effort or prove or, I mean, there's effort involved, but I don't have to try to pretend to be something that I'm not. And that's the process of the inner work, is to land in there and develop and find that inner support inside. And in order to do that, one has to face that one didn't receive it and to see how that's formed in the personality. And it has quite a lot to do with the relationship with the father, a lot of times. And then also the rite of passage. And that was missing. But one of the things that I find is really, really true is that when men come together with the firm intention and purpose to find themselves and to connect with their masculinity, this thing called male bonding really does happen. And it in itself is a great healing. You know, it's like a relaxation happens. It's something that's been missing. And I find men very generous in giving that when they come into that authenticity in a men's space. And it's just like, it just, that in itself heals a lot and gives men hope that I can be myself. And I've forgotten your question right now exactly. I'm thinking about castration. You know, it's like healing castration. You know, happens a lot by doing that, and then also having embodiment practices and continuing to do the work around taking the risk to share your feelings and to be true, to share your values and your needs without manipulating and risking that other people don't understand or will get angry or will leave you, but by telling the truth. And that brings a certain dignity, you know? And so there's somebody there. And we make mistakes, and sometimes our worst expectations are realized, often quite a lot, especially and yet there's a certain place inside that feels like, okay, at least I went for it. At least I tried to tell the truth. And something builds. And that which builds becomes like the foundation of you know, a man who's present and a man who's healed to some degree or to a great degree a castration wound. And the castration wound basically makes us feel inadequate, and the feeling is literally, I don't have what it takes. I'm not going to make it. You know? And so then we go to our minds and we try to figure out how to do it, and we perform. We could become performers. You know, so the whole performer, you know, archetype becomes really a big thing to look at. You know, how am I performing being a man? And I think women are really sensitive to these things also.
Very sensitive.
Is there really a man here that makes me feel relaxed? Or do I feel I got another fucking guy here who's talking bullshit and doing this whole thing and or trying to please me or something, and they close off.
Am I being here with a man-child, which means I need to become more masculine to kind of be able to okay, it's all polarity. Okay, understood.
Exactly. The woman goes into her male side, it's like, fuck this guy, he's not here. And the guy gets more scared, and you know, the story then becomes very convoluted.
Wow.
So so it's like showing up, you know, and we have to do that work to learn how to show up, you know, and do it in the presence of other men to get that kind of support. So like the groups, some of the groups I'm sure you've done, you've probably experienced them as kinds of rites of passage where you come
Indeed.
through and you look around at the other men and you don't see competitors, you don't see better and worse, you see brothers. And you
Indeed.
feel people and you feel love and you
Mm.
feel, these guys have got your back, you've got their back. And they're something that men can move into quite easily and fluently
Mm.
with the right context and the
Mm.
right kind of holding, by the people who are leading it and organizing it.
Mm.